Okay, I guess this is live. It's just after 12 noon on, I guess, the day before Thanksgiving. And doing a quick Armory chat. This is going to be, I guess, Armory chat episode 34. That's right, 34? Yeah, let me check, 34. And this one's going to be a little bit of I guess, a news update on something in the Armory. And then it's going to be also a little help from our customers and our viewers out there. So this last week I was talking to Freeze and I was like, hey, I think we should get an AK in the Armory. He's like, okay. Freeze being a big Russian guy, big Soviet Russian milsurp guy. I'm like, hey, we should get an AK in the Armory. He's like, okay. And I'm like, well, maybe we should get one of those Valmets or Valmets. And he's like, okay. He's just really interested. And then I go, how about we get one of those 223 Valmets? And he's like, oh, shit. He hates these things. Hey, Mike, I see ya. So anyway, long story really short, what we've got here is a Finnish Valmet. I guess it's a I'll be honest with you, I don't even know technically how to say it. Is Valmet too fancy or is it Valmet? I honestly don't even know. So it's an AK from Finland. So apparently this is the M76 model, and our regulars that know us, know me, know that I'm never was a huge fan of the AR, and if there's one rifle or one weapon that I disliked more than an AR, it was the AK. It's because the AKs generally they suck. They have, they have crappy short stocks on them, or if they're folding stocks, they're even more terrible. And the safeties are like a freaking nightmare. I mean, you can't even hardly, get to them. The sights normally are these crappy, long distance, they're just long eye relief, crappy sights, and the mag changes on AKs, they suck too. So, it's like, I've always kind of avoided them. I haven't personally owned an AK since 95, maybe. It's last, and it was I owned a Bulgarian AK in 95. I think, 95. So thinking about getting an AK as a reference gun for the manual of arms for the Armory, and I was looking around, and I started noticing these Valmet guns, and I noticed the thing that really attracted me to them was that while you still have the basic, the whole AK, manual of arms with the magazines and the safeties, at least you get decent sights. And I don't think you get much from a weapons familiarization standpoint with the AK sights. Your learning curve on an AK is dealing with the safety and dealing with the magazines and dealing with just kind of how the whole gun operates. So yeah, Douglas, that's how I really feel. But I'm not that bad on it. So anyway, found these guns, and I'm not totally unfamiliar with them. So found this one and we picked it up. Freeze is disappointed, but he gives about as much. He cares about 223 AKs like he cares about Glocks. He just thinks they're just a bastard gun. And I personally am a big fan. Like caliber-wise and AKs, personally, I would go with a 5.45 over the 7.62. But since I live in the United States, 5.56 is a common round that basically, ballistically is similar enough that, and I live, it's the round, especially over here at the Armory. It's easier to deal with. So if I lived in Russia, I'd get a 5.45. Since I live in America, I'd get a 5.56. That's my logic behind it. So now the other big thing with these guns, at least this one in particular, it only came with one magazine, and apparently it I think it's 15 rounds, maybe it's 20. I hear different. I haven't even tried loading it. We haven't even shot this gun yet. As for people are asking like, what gun do I prefer? I personally run a Scar, and Leona wants to know how much did we pay for this. We paid too goddamn much for this. That's what we paid. It's crazy what we paid for this. Now let me finish a story about where we're at with these magazines. So these magazines are not AK compatible, or they're not the standard Warsaw pack. I don't know how you would even say it. Like in America, we would call Russian guns non-standard, but this is a Finnish gun, so this is a non-standard mag. And they're crazy expensive. So you can't use like, you know, the Bulgarian 5.56 mags and you know, all that kind of stuff. So you have to use these special mags for the Valmet. And I think these 15 round, or if this is a 15 or 20, I've seen these on the internet for $200. And I've seen magazines, 30 and 40 round magazines, as high as $350 for these, you know, the work in this gun. And that's what kills these guns. Well, a lot of times when you see these guns for sale, they don't have any freaking magazines with them, because you can have, you know, $1,000 in magazines and just have 4 magazines. I mean, it's a little insane. So, you know, we've sourced a 40 round. It'll be coming into the Armory hopefully next week. I need to get some more magazines. So if anybody out there has any Valmet 223 magazines that they want to sell us at, say, market rate, I mean, not market plus, you know, bend over rate, but say market rate, $200 a mag, you know, we would definitely be interested in that, because we need a couple. So we need a mag source with this and all of that. Now, the big thing with this gun is, I guess all the AK guys, they say this is the best AK. I don't know if that's true. I don't know enough about AKs to say that or not. But what I will say is, it's got a long enough stock for me that I can actually shoulder the gun, and I'm not crawling up on it like I don't feel like I'm shooting Smurf gun. It's got nice sights. This gun, I can't necessarily tell if it's been shot a lot. It seems like it's in exceptionally good shape. I would have personally preferred to have a gun that was more used or more beat up, because we are gonna you know, use them. There doesn't seem to be any marks on the gun. If you look at the bolt, I've taken a gun apart. The bolt, you can tell it's been fired, and it looks like it's been fired a fair amount. But the gun is spooky clean. It's almost like, I don't even mean clean as far as like NRA clean, like, you know, oh, it's 85, 95, whatever percent. I mean, actually, it's clean like maybe somebody cleaned it like in a sonic bath or something. One of those, it's crazy clean. And, you know, you're just like, I don't understand the history of this gun. And the reason is why I'm real curious about it is, when I was looking down the barrel, I've never seen rifling so shallow in a military style gun before. I mean, this thing, if that barrel, again, I'm not a Valmet guy, so if you're a Valmet guy, drop in, let me know, send us a message, you know, on the website when this goes up on the website. Did the Valmet guns have like really shallow rifling? Or I told Freeze about it, and I said the rifling on this gun is almost like it's like micro grooved, you know, like for those Marlin guns. I mean, it's I'll have to get a bore scope and maybe post some pictures of it. But if you had shown me this barrel and you said, hey, yeah, we yanked it out of a machine gun, I'd have been like, yep, that's obvious been out of a machine gun. But if this barrel is shot out or totally like, I mean, like really, you know, it has seen a heavy use, it doesn't match the rest of the gun, and that doesn't make any sense to me at all. So, you know, that's a thing. Now, something else that I learned when this gun came in, we picked it up, and we you know, trying to operate it, you know, dry fire it. The safety is so stiff. I mean, I've actually been working it, trying to get it to loosen up a little bit. This thing hasn't been moved, hasn't been turned on and off a lot. So disengage the safety. And actually, the first time I pulled the trigger, if it had been loaded, it would have been an AD, because it was so crazy light. I literally was like, whoa. I mean, it broke way, way, way before I was ready. And if you're a Valmet guy, I know the AK guys say these are the best guns, or the mag. I know, and I guess the triggers are supposed to be good, but are they that good? Does this have a factory trigger in it? Because this thing, I mean, this trigger on this gun, I could get out a pull gauge and maybe pull. It's got take up on it. Let me see if I can. You know, you can't. Showing triggers on the internet doesn't ever work. It's got, you know, it's got some take up. Then it hits a wall and it breaks so cleanly and light. I mean, I would have thought this was like a Geisley trigger or something. I mean, it's crazy, and it just doesn't. Is that factory too? I just don't even know kind of, you know, what we're looking at here. So this is what we got. Let's see here. Somebody wanted to know, does it have, it does have the, I guess the upgraded sight. So I guess it's got a tritium insert that you flip up, and it, you know, it has like a night sight built into the gun. And we're going to experiment with that. We'll shoot it, and we'll see how it goes and what kind of sight picture you get from it. And apparently, I am told, we haven't checked it, these have 1 in 12 twist barrels. So basically 55 grain ammo. I mean, we'll shoot some heavier stuff in it, but we buy 55 grain in bulk over here at the Armory anyway. So again, this was another reason why I wanted to make the argument for the Valmet as opposed to, you know, maybe something else, because I bought it for the desirability, its uniqueness, the fact that it kind of fits a full-ass grown man, and it's got nice sights on it, because we do plan on shooting it. So that would be the argument versus, say, like see if I can get, I'm going from memory here. So this is the Valmet M76, which is a 223 gun, has the upgraded sights. I believe the Valmet M71 is a 223 gun, but it's got regular AK sights on it. Now, if there's other differences, I honestly don't know. And then the Valmet 62 or 60-something is the regular AK, you know, 7.62 by 39 AK gun. And you know what? I do not know if that uses Russian AK magazines or not. So if you are interested in this gun, definitely check out the blog page, and we'll be doing more videos on it, because, you know, we're putting in this new range, a long distance range, so we can, you know, take this gun out to 600 yards and see how it does, and also shoot it for groups and all that too. And again, if you are sitting on some Valmet 76 223 Valmet magazines, think about reaching out to us and let us know what's going on. Maybe you might want to sell us some, because we've only got one and a second one on the way. So that's going to wrap up this quick Armory chat. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so everybody have a good turkey day. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Go get fat tomorrow.